The mock draft you're about to see first aired on our NFL Draft YouTube channel, where we put so much free NFL draft videos from team mock drafts to round one mock drafts and a whole lot more. Hit that sub button over there. We'll link it in the comments section. YouTube.com/chatNFL. Before we break down the latest Daniel Jeremiah mock draft, should I do a mock draft with trades? If you want that to happen, type me right now in the comments section. Now, the video the mock we're about to break down on this video is what Daniel Jeremiah has called his chaos mock draft. So there is movement early on in this one. Let's get to the no surprise at pick number 1. Caleb Williams, you are a Chicago Bear. No one around the league thinks it's not going to be Caleb Williams. At 2, there is more uncertainty. Drake Maye is the pick here for Daniel Jeremiah. There's disagreement as to who the people think will be the pick, who people think is better. That's certainly okay. Drake Maye and number 3 pick to the Patriots, Jayden Daniels, both have impressive ability and upside and concerns in there as well. The Commanders are taking a quarterback. The Patriots probably will, but they will get trade offers. And there is a trade that DJ has at pick number 4. Arizona moves down for a haul that does include the Vikings' other first-round pick. And Minnesota jumps up to number 4. And J.J. McCarthy, get ready to learn Skol, buddy. It's aggressive. I think that the NFL is generally higher on J.J. McCarthy than I think I will be and many of you will be. He's not a first-round grade for me. I do think he's a really good fit in the Kevin O'Connell offense, and he's generally accurate enough that if you just say throw it to Justin Jefferson, good things can happen. But it is a risky franchise, organizational, people get promoted or get fired depending on what happens with that hypothetical pick. So prediction time. And I do think the answer is yes on this one. I think a team will jump in that top 7-ish to get ahead of the Giants, top 5, I guess, there. Or maybe you just go 6, the Giants. Will a team move up for J.J. McCarthy? It's the pinned comment on this video. If the ad comes here on YouTube, great. Ignore it. Nobody cares. Instead, go vote if you think a team will trade up for him. Y for yes, N for no. The run on quarterbacks for straight ends with the Jets trading up with the Chargers for Marvin Harrison Jr. This would be the ultimate Michigan man move of Jim Harbaugh to refuse to draft the Ohio State receiver, trade down instead. The Jets get, I think, the best player in this year's class at number 5. And then the Giants, who have been linked to quarterback rumors for the draft as well, say, well, top 4 are gone. That's fine. We'll take Malik Nabers and give a playmaking wide receiver to whatever our quarterback plan ends up being long-term. Number 8, it is Dallas Turner of the Atlanta Falcons as the Falcons. That's going to be a very popular. Or sorry, I skipped the Falcons. Excuse me, Joe Alt, because that one's just boring. We talk about that one so much. Everyone knows the Titans are going to go tackle. Alt makes so much sense. Pencil it in. Dallas Turner. My bad. This is a very popular mock draft pick right now too. A lot of combine buzz on him coming out of that they like him, and they need another pass rusher as well. The Bears at 9 take Rome Odunze out of Washington. You have Keenan Allen. So maybe you don't need another receiver, but, man, Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift. That's setting up your quarterback to succeed in the way you didn't do with Justin Fields. Number 10, Talise Fuaga, the right tackle who does fit what the Chargers are going to do to Jim Harbaugh. They want to run the damn ball. And Fuaga is a mean mauler at the right tackle spot who fits very well opposite Rashawn Slater. Number 11, again, this was the trade downs at 10 and 11. The Cardinals take a pass rusher in Jared Verse. Look, they need pass rush help. And Verse, I think, with the uncertainty around the Latu medicals, it makes sense if he's the second cornerback or edge rusher off the board. So how many trades end up happening in round 1 of the NFL draft? It's going to be several. Get that prediction in for me in the comments. Broncos don't go quarterback in the DJ mock draft. Instead, it's Brock Bowers. I actually like what DJ wrote here, utilizing Brock Bowers like the Saints used Michael Thomas. I actually love that idea as kind of an underneath impact slot receiver. Fully on board there. Surprise at 11, Michael Penix Jr., who DJ says there's an assumption he's a second-round pick, but he thinks that Penix would be a good fit in the Raiders' offense. Here's my issue. If quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3, 4, the Giants might not want to go quarterback in round 1. Would there be a run on QBs between round 2? Could there be a Sam Howell type slide for somebody who we thought would be a day 2 pick that goes later because, well, teams just didn't believe they were a franchise guy? I'm not even saying that that's Michael Penix, but I could see him maybe getting to round 2. And maybe that's the path that team ends up, a team like the Raiders ends up pursuing. Maybe not, though. Olu Fashanu off the board to the Saints here at 14. You move on from Trevor Penning, get a guy that I love as a prospect, who I thought was even better last season. No complaints. Quinyon Mitchell, who fits the Chris Ballard archetype at corners, long, athletic, and fast. That tends to go pretty well. Troy Fautanu, the Seahawks offensive guard selection, who I think would probably play guard, given what the Seahawks have at tackle, by the way. Gets to reunite with Ryan Grubb and Scott Huff, the off-tackle coach and OC, who were with him at Washington. Terrion Arnold to the Jags. Didn't test as well as I had hoped, but the fluidness and the overall athletic is still very promising, and it's still well above average for a player of his size. Now, if you watch the Mel Kiper mock draft that we also posted first, hit that sub button, youtube.com/chatsportstv, you would notice last 4 picks we just discussed were all the exact same, which makes me think they will all be wrong because the NFL draft is highly unpredictable. Number 18, J.C. Latham to the Bengals. You can plug him in at right tackle behind Trent Brown or move Brown to swing tackle. I think tackle in round 1, offense or defense, is almost a guarantee for Cincinnati. The Rams take Latu, the edge rusher out of UCLA, to give them some more pass rush juice, which they certainly need, especially with Aaron Donald retiring. Edge or interior D-line makes sense. At 20, Pittsburgh goes with Tyler Guyton over some of the other offensive linemen, the center, the receivers on the board. I am not as high on Guyton. I think he is raw, but there is upside for him being a very talented starting tackle. Graham Barton to the Dolphins, I think would play guard for them. Left guard is kind of uncertain right now, even with Isaiah Wynn back coming off the injury. I still think defense is a spot to watch, though, for Miami. The board didn't fall great for them, but, man, Byron Murphy was there. Johnny Newton was there. Yeah, got to replace Christian Wilkins, right? Nate Wiggins. Eagles love picking premium players, and their pass defense was terrible. It's a logical fit to me. Brian Thomas Jr. Arizona has 3 first-round picks, by the way. We'll get to their other one in a little bit. You'd miss out on the Marvin Harrisons. You still get who I think is the number 4 receiver in this year's class, and Brian Thomas Jr. A speedy vertical threat on the outside. Fits great with Kyler Murray. Now, we have a deal alert for you guys on today's show. NFL jerseys under $100. When you go to chatsports.com/jersey deal, that link will be in the comments and the description of today's show. Men's and women's for all 32 teams and a wide variety of players. They are official Nike jerseys, by the way. It's not going to be the, I got it $10 from my buddy who knows a buddy online. Official NFL jersey from Fanatics. So check the comments section and the description of today's show. It's chatsports.com/jersey deal for the under $100 official Nike jerseys. At 24, the Cowboys go center. Now, left tackle, of course, remains an area of concern. I like Jackson Power Johnson's game a lot. There's been some whispers of maybe a hamstring concern or medical concerns in general. but that's a plug-and-play option that upgrades that interior of the offensive line significantly. Another good option is number 25, Amarius Mims. They move on from David Bakhtiari. Mims played mostly, really only right tackle at Georgia. He is inexperienced, not raw. I think there is so much upside there. He should go even earlier than this. I would not be surprised. Love the upside, love the size, the mobility. Injury concerns are very valid there too, but I think he can play left tackle in the NFL. Tampa goes with Darius Robinson, who I actually kind of don't love that fit in Tampa that much. But as a edged interior defensive lineman tweener, there is plenty to like about him. So Arizona trades down, and they walk out of this draft in total with Jared Verse, FSU pass rusher, Brian Thomas Jr., LSU receiver, and Byron Murphy, DT out of Texas. I love that haul for Arizona. Those are 3 instant starters you end up getting right there. And Murphy, I think, could easily be a top 20 pick. 3 technique pass rusher, something Arizona needs. Buffalo also gets in on the interior defensive line run here. What I also finished, by the way, is Daniel Jeremiah mentioned that he could see Braden Fisk out of FSU and Chris Jenkins being an option here. Over Jai Newton would make no sense to me, frankly. Also kind of an overlap with Ed Oliver, but more interior pass rush is always valuable. Kool-Aid McKinstry to the Lions. They do still need some quarterback help, even with Carlton Davis having been traded for. My concern with Kool-Aid is the medical coming off that injury, but pair him with Brian Branch. Let's go. I'm in. The Ravens get Cooper DeJean out of Iowa, who I think is more of a zone corner than he is an outside corner or like a man corner. Could do some nickel stuff for them as well. I think back end of round 1 makes a ton of sense. Chop Robinson to San Francisco here. Leonard Floyd, Yeturgros Matos, who are signed to join Nick Bosa. They like having deep edges. I think Chris Gursik, however you pronounce the D-line coach's name, could really maximize Robinson, who's got unbelievable burst off the snap. And the Chiefs take A.D. Mitchell. DJ mentioned maybe taking Xavier Worthy, but they have him and Hollywood Brown kind of. So they go a bigger body wide receiver. A trio of Hollywood Brown, A.D. Mitchell, and Rashee Rice for a team that already won a damn Super Bowl with bad receiving core. I got a really good one. Crazy. Who do you think Daniel Jeremiah left off of his latest NFL mock draft? Drop that player name for me in the comments. Some notable names here. 2 receivers, Xavier Worthy, Keon Coleman, Troy Franklin, Ladd McConkey, etc. Jordan Morgan, the arm length is going to be an issue for teams. Kind of stubby on that side, sub 33 inches. Teams might view him as a guard, but was very good for Arizona. DJ loves Edgerrin Cooper. I think not putting him in round 1 helps indicate how the NFL might feel about him. Maybe more of an early mid round 2 pick. And I think Tyler Nubin's the top safety in this year's class. I don't think he goes round 1, though.